You know what it is. It's Real 92.3, LA's new home for hip hop, or Real 103.9. Vegas is number one for hip hop and R&B. DJ E-Rock in the building. And man, this is actually the first guy that I interviewed in this very space here at Culture Kings Las Vegas. You know, he christened the studio with me. And yo, the great thing about that conversation is that, you know, we said some things that were almost like a manifestation. Did I say that right? A manifestation
Yeah.
of what has transpired in the last few weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Easy Mill is in the building right now.
Hey, what's good with it, Culture Kings? I'm glad to be back, man. What's
Oh
good,
man,
bro?
yo, you talking to the people right now, man. I mean, you've had a lot going on.
Yep.
A lot
Yep.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
are the newest signee to Shady Records, Aftermath Records. You were
Yeah.
signed to Eminem and Dr. Dre.
No
I
one
mean,
else. No one else to do it better.
yo, like I'm speechless right now. Yo, but I love, you know, let me tell you a story. I was in New York, and I remember I had a crazy night out. I
Yeah.
was out all night till like 6 in the morning, this and that. Went to bed, you know, had a good slumber. I wake up in the morning and I see the picture of Eminem, Dr. Dre, and then you, Easy Mill, in front of them in the middle, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And I read it, I'm like, holy shit. You signed to just two
Shit
goats.
just got real.
It got really real. But yo, I mean, you know, now that you are, you know, signed to this big conglomerate, to two of the biggest figures in hip hop today, like, how do you feel? Like, what goes through your head on a daily basis now? You know?
I don't know. Just for me, just longing for more moments like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause still that's just like a captured moment of like that's still a few of what I want to happen because like I want to be able to learn from them like the different ways to go about, especially from like Dre when it comes to production, and then M with the raps. And but right now, just what goes through my head is like that's part of it now, like added from what has been going on from before, which is just like planning ahead for the future in terms of music.
Yeah.
And now that they're part of it, I'm just yeah, happy birthday, hip hop.
Man, I'm happy for you, man. I'm very happy for you. You know, when I read the news, and you know when I talked about it on the radio, and I'll actually send you this clip, man. Like, you know, it's not only a big thing for yourself; it's a big thing for people that are just like you, for people that are just like us, Filipinos.
hmm
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's
I
a
mean,
beautiful thing. You know, you know, you are really, you know, representing this generation like of Filipinos in music in general across the world, which is, I mean, it sounds heavy, but that it's a beautiful thing.
yeah.
And for me to be able to be on my radio show talking to the city of LA,
But I
talking
would
to them.
even think it's like capping it if it's just Filipinos, because like I
No,
feel
yeah.
that like third world country, like you
Hmm.
would try to make it out here too, because like I would say there's a lot of stories that could have been like kind of the same, because I feel like even like what the K-pop stars have done for themselves too, like they're also like one of those people who have mandatory military training,
Hmm.
like within their lifestyle. Well, me going here, just like kind of in that perspective, like there's tons of stories, and I'm just honored that like in terms of in M and Dre's eyes, like they see me be like equipped with the skill set that they they feel the need to pass the torch to.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. So, you know, can you walk me through how this whole entire thing happened? Like how you got the phone call? I mean, did somebody DM you? Did like, you know, did one team get in touch with another team? Like, yo, how did it all
it's
happen?
it's a mix of all of that, which is
Really?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Because initially we had thought like she had thought it was just a scam, like the
No way.
like the email from Paul. because it said
Paul Rosenberg, right?
yeah.
Shout out Paul Rosenberg.
Yeah,
That's the
shout
homie
out
right there.
Paul, the one and only Paul Rose. So seeing that, it was initially just like if like the homie emailed or something, like the format of it is like at first we were just like, is this real? Like kind of like that, and then it had to be our people at Virgin to kind of give us like the, hey yo, so we got a kind of serious something going on, and it was them first, like,
Yeah.
and then when she was at work at this time, probably like passing on the news, and then when she got home, and then finally told me, and I was like, oh,
As you
man.
should, you know?
What? And then pacing around through the house and just like, like I was making like some songs, like, just we're going about that day. She was going to work. I was like making songs, and one of those was the beat for Realist. And like, through the whole going through with every, and then now, like our paths are just in line.
That's incredible. So, like, you get the email from Paul Rosenberg, who is M's manager. You figure out that this is a real thing.
Yeah, it's
You
actually
know.
it was actually dope.
And you get the record, The Realist, which is out now. You get that done.
Album
M's,
out right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Bro, like that's crazy. That's just like, yo, it was just, and I'm sure it happened really fast too. Like it was just
Yeah.
moving. Like,
Yeah, man.
holy
like,
shit.
I wish just some footage probably, but them and the Shady for sure they have some footage. It has to be done. Like, yeah.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Obviously you've been putting in work for quite some time, mixtapes, albums, freestyles.
Yes, sir.
Like, what was your first thought? I know you were excited, but what was the first thing? If you can explain what that is that went through your head when the ink was dried and you signed the contract with Eminem and Dre. Like, what was that? What was that thought?
Man, okay, so this was like a thought of mine that I had even before, like with the music hustle, right? Like if I was to like sign to anyone, it would be them. It would have been them because like my thoughts before was just like, bro, before I die, I just want to watch the M concert once. That was like,
So, but have you seen an M concert? I mean, well, now you got a front row to this. So.
you know what I'm saying? So like it's just that, bro. So like it's so crazy to be able to be in this situation because I'm just still looking forward for like more moments like that, like chilling in a stool with
Mhm.
them and seeing how their minds work because like I said, I had just been like in the sway in the morning like earlier and they was talking about like all the celebratory for like hip hop 50th anniversary and like me they was asking how it was like like being in the studio with him and I opened up about like how his methods was like the CD-ROM, like the recording and all that. So it's just crazy to like, be able to see that and I wanna be able to dive into more moments like that, see like, how
For sure.
yeah.
Sway, actually I worked at the same radio station as him when
Oh,
when I
wow.
first started my career at KMEL in the Bay Area. I was 15, 16 years old. I won't say how old I am now, but that was a long time ago.
That's crazy.
But I remember he did afternoons. And I remember walking into the studio one time and because I knew he was back and forth from the Bay and LA at the time. He was doing LA radio, plus he was doing Bay Area radio at the Wake Up Show. Shout out to King Tech, man. That's my big brother right there. Sway obviously still my big bro. But I remember telling him, I was like, you know what, bro? Big bro, one day I want to make it to LA. Like one day I want to be on the radio in LA.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yo, E, it's a different animal out there. I said, yo, man, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Like, yo, you better be ready if you go out there. You better be able to bring it. And ever since that day, man, I was like, yo, like, I got to be able to fucking bring it. I got some fucking work to do. You know what I mean? So shout out to Sway, man. Sway, if you're watching this, man, hey, man, I miss you. I haven't seen you in quite a while, man. We haven't talked
Come
in a
out to
minute.
Vegas, Sir Sway.
Come out to Vegas. Come
He
on,
was
man.
asking me when I go to New York. Hey,
There we go. There we go. Um, we touched upon this, obviously, how it's a, you know, this is a big thing for our heritage. It doesn't need to be capped there, but there obviously is a lot of conversation back home in the Philippines.
yeah.
Like, what are some of these things that people are saying? Actually, before, when I was crafting my questions last night, I seen CNN Philippines, CNN Philippines doing a huge piece on this magnificent moment. But what are some of the things that you've heard from back home that mean a lot to you?
Just the overall noise that they made when this all was going down, cause like upon the time that we was keeping it a secret, and then boom, picture, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the messages upon people like going like, what the f? The amount of what the f's I got, bro. He like and amount of what the x, like, come on,
Yeah.
bro, like hip, like, and then amount of people saying hip hop not dead yet. Yeah, may pag-asa pa yung hip hop ng Pilipinas. Like,
I love that, man. Damn, it made me feel good.
Yeah.
I love that, man. And that's great, man. Like, I'm getting emotional actually talking about this because I feel like, this is a day where hip hop has turned 50 years old today. And
Yeah.
I remember speaking about how I wouldn't be where I'm at without hip hop. We wouldn't be having this conversation
For
without
real.
hip hop. I
The
wouldn't have,
culture in itself.
yeah, and hip hop has taken me to see so many things, and I'm very thankful for it. But never would I ever think that I would be, seeing this day really, like, someone that looks like me, talks like me, comes from the same country
Man,
as
don't
me.
make me cry, bro.
Like, bro, I've been on the radio for a long time,
That's good.
time.
It's just
But this is a
kakaiba,
beautiful
no?
thing,
Kakaiba.
bro. It's beautiful,
For real.
and I love everything about it, man. I love it, man. So now that you have this massive platform, what are some things that you plan on doing? Like some things, you say that, I look forward to some of the moments that I could have, where I could learn and this and that. But what are some of the things that you want to achieve now that you have hit this milestone and now you have this platform?
Um, I would say to be able to teach, like, not necessarily like teach like as a teacher or like that, but that would be cool too. Like, kind of like what M did, going back to school, something like that.
It's great though. Yeah.
Yeah, but more so like with like the furtherance of knowledge, because like, with the hip hop in its core, like for me growing up in the Philippines, like just the connect between like the streets and life in itself and how you project yourself,
Mm-hmm.
like I would say kind of like the Nipsey Hustle route, like where his was like more on like the stem cell research, and I want to be able to like go forward with I would say architecture and like aeronautics research for the Philippines,
Yeah.
because I feel there's a lot of work to be done on that front in itself, like with construction basis, because I'm happy with what I see right now with like in my hometown in terms of construction, because what would be something that would terrorize me as a child back then, like with floods, like it's
And this is in Olangpo.
yeah, Olongapo.
Yeah,
It's a
Olangpo, yeah.
little died down now. Like the floods are not as bad as when I was like a little kid. So I'm happy for that. So I feel like the construction and like architecture basis is like improving on its point, but I feel like for weather forecasts, like I feel like aeronautics research, like helping out with that. Like I just want to dive deep into more of that stuff.
That's a beautiful thing right there, man. I mean, and you mentioned how, the floods, like, that obviously stands out as a memory where, it was probably very traumatic at a time, and you don't want somebody else to go through that, so you want to, use the knowledge that you are gonna attain or that you have now, like and put that to good to where somebody else doesn't need it. It's paying it forward. It's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. Um, I know the last time we spoke that you would, you mentioned that you would love to have a song with M, and you want to see, you would like to work with him, and you've done that. And you mentioned earlier, like, about how you've worked with him, and you have a record that's out right now called The Realist. How was that putting that, record together, and how the whole entire thing? Just tell me about that in general. Like, how was it being in the studio with him?
It was just wild. Like, so here's the thing. Like, what I'm used to is just going up like a computer, right? And you got the mic like this connected to something like this to the computer, and then it's tracking it right there. And we'd write in front. I'd write in front of all that, just like with this, like or whatever.
Yeah.
But him, like, he has to get the CD of like the burned of the audio, go to the back.
Even today,
Yeah,
like a CD.
yeah,
So 2023, he's burning CDs
yeah.
and going. All right, go on.
Yeah, like he goes to the back of the studio, like let's say like we're here. You have to go to back there, and then he has to write it like with the CD player, like write it, like and then he'll come back with the verse, and then record it like right there, standing up. So that's crazy for me to see, because like for me, like coming up, I just hold myself into this, like whatever I can, and then just go like that. So just that difference in itself is just it's just crazy to see, man.
I mean, to witness that
Yeah.
after being a fan for so many years, and
Mhm.
after hoping
Yeah.
hoping
For real.
that this would happen, and now it's happening. It's like that's.
And then
I mean, you're living out a dream, and that's beautiful.
like and it's just the realest thing you could ever witness,
Yeah.
because even the song in itself is it was just me trying to be ready for the situation. I was just trying to make sure I was not lacking, bro. And I brought out the beat. Both of them listened, bopped their head real good. And Dre was like, "Yeah, and go eat that up." And then and go like, "Give it to me." And the back and forth, we was just back and forth with it. Cause when that was all happening, I I was writing the second verse. That's why I did like I'm in the mood to get this it.
I mean, were you nervous?
Yeah, yeah. Heck yeah. Even with the writing process, bro, like I just made sure that like kind of emulate this, because the bursts of feeling of like me, hold on, just like kind of trying to wrap my head around all of it. So I just made sure to keep it like, calm. And how do I do it where I'm not sounding like I'm trying to do what he does, but a lot of people said I sounded like him, which is I guess it is what it is.
It's so great.
I'm inspired by him.
You have an album that just dropped.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that real quick. What's it called? Everything. What
It
can we
is
expect?
Duality Redux. The redux of my album Duality. So what happens is like the first 4 songs are replaced with 4 new rap songs, and those are called Podium, Coins, The Long Run, and Realist. And we got Coins featuring MB Nail. We got The Long Run featuring For the Brotherhood, and we got Realist featuring Eminem, the one and only. And Podium is a standalone with just me by myself talking about whatever. So y'all can go check that out right now. Stream it in all platforms. Thank you very much.
What's next? Like, this is just like, yo, I'm so excited to see what's next. But in your mind, like, like what's coming up in the near future? Like, now that we're here.
I feel like more cinematic route,
Mm-hmm.
cause like I know I lack a presence within like the media when it comes to that aspect of it. So like in terms of the music videos, like I feel like I want to add more work when
Yeah,
it comes to putting out more content, visual content.
for sure.
Yeah.
and you know,
And just tapping back into like how I used to do things when
Mhm,
it comes to like creativity.
for sure. I know we didn't talk about this, but like, yo, how is it to have a conversation with Dr. Dre? How is
but
that?
but man, bone chilling. Like, but still kind of just like cool, cause he's still just like feels like the cool uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
bone chilling,
that's great.
cause it's like your mind enters this kind of weird state where like, huh, oh yeah, he's a cool regular legend type dude, I guess, like good man. And then yeah, the other side, bro, this dude made your headphones from back then. Then, like,
The Chronic,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, next episode, I mean, yo, come on, man. I mean, Dre, I mean, he's been behind like I mean, California Love. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the biggest, records
well,
of our generation.
I told him to his face, like, I stole your beat packs. I stole your drums.
Wow,
Yeah.
what did he say to that?
uh, we do it one way or another, something like that. Bro.
Man, well, I love that you came in here to share these stories, and the people get to experience like your energy. Again, you were the first person that we brought in here, and that was man, that was last year.
Yep.
So to see like how many months have gone by and how much you have grown and how many great things that have happened. And let me tell you this right now, man, like they are well deserved.
Thank you,
Well
man.
deserved, man.
Thank you.
So, and as a not only a fan of hip hop and a fan of what you've done for our heritage, being Filipino, bro, I just want to give you your flowers right now. I'm very excited to see you embark on this journey because, I don't think the world is ready.
I'm excited.
I don't think the world is ready, like because people are gonna find out that you are really gonna really let them have it. Like, yo, this is why. You're gonna show them why, and this is gonna be incredible. So easy,
Y'all
Mel.
ready?
Yeah, are y'all ready?
Y'all
Are y'all ready? Are y'all really ready? Or we're gonna figure that out.
Let's see.
All right, we're gonna see. That's
Yeah.
right. Easy, Mill. Duality is the Redux, right?
Yes, the Redux.
The Redux, that is out now. Yo, go stream that. Go stream The Realist with Eminem
For
and be on the
everybody
lookout.
who been fiending, here you go. Here's the Redux.
Be on the
Refill.
lookout. Telling you. That's right. Real 92.3, Real 103.9, The Basement, Culture Kings, Between Takes, the full convo. However
E-Rock,
you are listening or watching.
the one and only E-Rock.
Appreciate you all for being here. Let's go.